All right, so I just spent all day just thinking all day. Well, I got to get back to playing the Atari 50 because I need to play basketball on the links. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna play basketball on the links. Vinny and Slash are bleeding from knife wounds, and the ref is out cold. No wonder the gang members nicknamed this game basketball. To them, it's not a game, it's a street fight. Oh boy. All right, let's play it. Do I have any sound? All right. I don't know how loud it's going to be. I might have to adjust my volume. This aggressive slapstick take on street hoops was the only basketball game released for the Lynx. Basketball blends traditional basketball with elements of fighting games. Not only can you players punch their opponents, but the referee throws knives during play. I want to see that again. Hold on. Reset. All right. Who's responsible for basketball? Jennifer Hamilton, Rob Mariani, and Vu Nguyen. David Axt. John Hamilton. Matthew Scott with the Jams. Steve Rhino with the thanks. All right. How do we start the game? Oh, it's going to demo. All right, we don't need a demo, do we? Pause. I can pause the demo. How do you start the game? Oh, weird. Okay. Dude. Butch. Oh, hold on. Power okay. Oh, he's the medium. He's your average dude. Power high, speed low. Do we pick two people? I'll pick dude. Alright. Area B to start or enter the starting level code. Schoolboys, don't let their looks fool you. These pupils major in pain. Hey, oh, my code is AAAA. Hey, you got a death wish? I'm gonna grab this knife right away. You'll see. Ball change. Wait, is it just one-on-one? Oh, what? How come that guy was on the field? Hold on a sec here. Get in there. Give me this knife. What's the referee doing? Get away from me with this knife. What's he doing? Yes. Just some random dude jump kicking us. Am I dead? Is that a banana peel? I'm back. I'm back. How do you... Oh, the steel. The steel again. The steel again. That was bad. Can you dunk? Who are all these guys? Get out of here. Extra guys? All right. In the face. How do you... He was completely out, and I still couldn't get a basket. Just stand still, and you can just waste them. Yes. Can I get a three-pointer? No, that was still worth 2. Is this just the strat, just to stand still and hit him? I think I figured out the strat here. You want to do less basketing and more brawling. Don't worry about the ball. Just punch him until he falls. Grab this. Grab that. This guy's got a knife. I only have 8 points. Man, if I knew this sooner. I wonder if it just works for everyone. Too bad. Can you just... Wow. Is it just stats based? Like, I wasn't really paying attention to all the skill. You think skill is what? Maybe then you just need Butch with high power and high skill. Let's try Butch with high power and high skill. Do. All right. What? Getting started. Playing the game. Strategy. Scoring. Each basket is worth 2 points. The team the most score at the end of the game. 10 points for each basket you score. 10 points. At the end of the game, players receive an overall score, I see. I don't have a teammate, though. I don't understand what they're talking about. Opposing players are not only danger... opposing players... To win the tournament, play 3 games against each of the 5 gangs in your city. Each time you move up to the next gang, you will play a team with more players and more dangerous weapons. Each game lasts 6 minutes. You can start it. Press A or B. To select Simon, press A or B. To choose a different player, press the joypad left and right. After you make the player, codes, message, level screen, playing the game. Director of basketball. Oh, tap quickly to shoot a basket. It just says tap quickly to shoot a basket. Tap quickly to shoot a basket. I don't understand who my teammates are, though. Are they the guys on the outside there? Like, what is this? I have high skill. Low speed, though. That is kind of a problem. Look at this. You can... 20 points already. He's not as good. There's something about the way he punches. He's not as... Like, it's harder to lock the guy down. But the way you score here, like... Oh, mega punch. As soon as he gets in... Oh, no way. It is fun to once you knock him out to just kind of go after him like that. Come on. Absolutely shanked. Not cool. Why did he stop? Is that going to go in? No. Get him. No, no, no. A horrible night for a curse. Get down. Go down. Go down, I said. Yes. Get in. Yes. What? Yes. Oh, what a win. Now, do we have to play these guys more, though? There's my score. All right. I forgot to get my beverage situation in order. Just give me a minute here to do that, and I'll be right back. All right, I got a big old thing of water now. Ba ba ba. My sister plays better than you. It looks like we got to play him again. All right. Well, that's fine. That's this game. It seems all right. You know, I don't know. I don't know if there's any better. I don't know about the shooting. Like, the shooting feels just random. Like, is that okay? What is this, a whip? Like, do we really want just random shooting, though? I don't know. All right. I think that's enough of this game. It's okay. We got here. Lynx price drops again. After heavily supporting the Lynx for the last few years, Atari began to wind down that support in 1993 as it ramped up preparations to launch a new home console later that year. It lowered the price of the console to $79.99 while facing stiff competition from Nintendo and Sega. Games they have back here. Game Gear, not. It's not no. It's not. Game Boy, not. 16-bit graphics, yes. Are they doing like the 90s not? Not. Hardware scaling, yes. Right and left hand. I don't think any of this stuff really mattered, though, to most people, to be honest. Also, they're showing the Game Gear. Well, I mean, look at this screenshot they have of the Game Gear, though. Come on. Look at the screenshot. So, like, the screenshot they have of the Lynx looks like some sort of capture. But these bottom ones, especially the Game Gear, the Game Boy one, look like they just took a picture of the screen. So that's a bit deceptive. Push your mind to the edge. A young man entranced by the Dracula game for Lynx does not seem to have noticed that he too has been given the vampire's kiss. Oh, look at he's playing Dracula. What is that Dracula game? This is it. Your link to Lynx. Oh yeah, he has been bit, hasn't he? Huh. What Dracula game is that? All right, here we are. Enter the Jaguar. On November 23rd, 1993, Atari began test marketing shipments of its new home console, the Jaguar, to New York and San Francisco. Atari advertised it as the world's first 64-bit gaming system, in an attempt to leapfrog the 32-bit gaming machines that were beginning to be released. Its launch price was $249.99, and it used cartridges rather than CD-ROMs. Now here's something like I've never touched or used in real life is a Jaguar. Jaguar. Oh, In a throwback to the earliest days of the console business, the Atari Jaguar's controller included a number pad. Some games included plastic overlays that could be placed over this pad, showing the button functions. In all, the Jaguar controller had 17 button inputs. I don't know about this. This looks awful. Maybe it's fine. These buttons too, like the CBA? I don't know. I'll hold off actual judgment until I actually touch one someday, maybe, but it really looks unpleasant. Tom and Jerry. Although the Jaguar was advertised as a 64-bit system, in actuality it was powered by two 32-bit processors nicknamed Tom and Jerry. Did they say Tom and Jerry? No, they don't say Tom and Jerry. Here's the schematics if you want to build your own. Living that Jaguar life. A promotional photo for the Atari Jaguar. Oh man, this is exactly what it was like in the 90s, man. Except this dude's playing like, oh, I have that for the Saturn. Cybermorph? Maybe I don't. No, I don't have that for the Saturn. No, but I have a game like it. What else is back here, by the way? It's got a swimsuit calendar, UCLA, Oregon. Multiple. Did people have multiple? They don't usually have multiple college. I mean, they like one team, you know. Usually, generally. I can't zoom anymore. He's got a links up there. Trying to decide if that license plate is like a secret thing or something. Here's his soccer team or whatever, or a soccer team. Looks like a soccer team. He's got a toolbox with cool 80s stuff like Gizmo. There's the date. We can't quite make out the date though. I wish I could really zoom in at this one. He's got some trophies. Trophies for what? Oh man, I really want to zoom. Look at this picture up here, like this Western couple. All right. Well, we'll never know the full details of that. Cybermorph. Packed with every Jaguar system at launch, Cybermorph is a polygonal 3D shooter in which the player could fly freely around 40 different planets. Quote, unquote. I don't know anything about this game, other than I've seen it. I think I've seen it played because I remember the head talking to you. The polygonal shooter, in which players had the freedom to fly in any direction they wished, came packed in with each new Jaguar console at launch. A sequel, Battlemorph, was released in 1995. When the moon hits your eye. Oh. Autobahn. I don't know what this means. Rescue 15, Rescue 6. Pods 18. All right, let's pick this one as the default one. Use the speed of the T-Griffin to round up all the supply pods laying abandoned in the valleys. Avoid kamikaze patrols. They ram you when you get near them. Do you think this is going to control at all any good?
Good luck.
How do you fly? Just a nope. This must be the right stick is bringing these up. So this must be stuff the buttons would do. How do you make yourself go? Wait. I cybermorphed. Okay. Wait. I cybermorph. Wait. Hold on. Oh, man. This is, all right. What? Oh, my God. Oh, don't do this. All right. Thank you. I'm doing all right, McTeddy. How are you? I don't know if this is okay or not. I haven't decided.
Well done.
Well done.
Avoid the ground.
Oh, God. All right. Wait. Can I bet you can hit the ground, right? Like if I just push too far down. Good work. Good work.
Good work.
Good work. There's some here. Oh, what?
Well done.
How do you control this thing?
Good work.
Get out of town. Need that.
Good work.
I don't know why all these sand crawlers are here. All right. Whoa. It's a bit funky, if I'm being honest.
Good work. Well done.
See, it's better. There's no time limit. There's no fuel.
Good work.
It seems better just to go super slow. Unless I'm missing something. But this is definitely not fun, is it?
Only one more. Well done. Portal now open.
Bonus ship at 50,000. What? No. What do you think these mean? Rescue 6, Rescue 6. I guess these are smaller planes. I don't know why it defaults into one with like so many rescues. That's weird. I gotta step away for like 30 seconds, but I'll be right back. All right. I'm in a much better position now. Let's play Emeth. Let's see how. Return control of this world to us by capturing all the pods and bringing them home. We have no information about Parentia defenses. Parentia. I think anytime
Good luck.
it's so odd. When people make up names like sci-fi names and things like that, fantasy names in particular, it so often sounds bad. It sounds fake. It sounds made up. And I think it's because they try to make it sound weird, but you're using a language, you know, where, oh my God, what? But you're using a language where there's already like predefined rules about how things sound, you know? So when you make up weird sounds in a language, you know, am I just rambling or what am I doing here? I think it was all because I thought Prunichia sounded, what the? Why do I start going so fast? Like I've only tapped the morph button. How do you not smash into that, though? That was weird. I kind of wish the controls were different. Like right now, it's the bumper. This right stick that I'm accidentally hitting to move the camera is also annoying. I think this bump, this.
Good work.
I think this is. I have a great score anyway. So that's good. I don't know that I find this game that entertaining, to be honest. If I'm being honest. I mean, that's like... See, I really think that the key to this game is going to be just going around as slowly as you can. It's not that it's boring per se, it's just like very uninteresting because I feel like the best way to play this is to just crawl as slow as you can so that you don't run into things. Because there's no time limit or fuel or anything, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna call Cybermorph there. I think I'm gonna say I've experienced Cybermorph and I'm happy. Ooh, the Cybermorph overlay. Let's check it out. Super weapon. Oh, there's a super weapon. Toggle. See, there's lots of things that I didn't do. Cockpit view. Ooh, I wonder if cockpit view would have been the way to play. Rear view. Forward view. Toggle. Toggle aim. Super weapon. So we fitted over the number pad on the Jaguar controller before starting a game, although it was not necessary to use it. Trevor McFur in the Crescent Galaxy, a horizontally scrolling 2D shooter starring an anthropomorphic leopard. Trevor McFur in the Crescent Galaxy was the only other game available on store shelves for the Jaguar's November 23rd, 1993 launch date. That is... I really don't like I don't mind cutesy mascots, but I don't like realistic animal people. I think that's really stupid. But let's play this because it's a shooter, so obviously I'm going to be very good at it. One of the 2 games available when the Jaguar launched in North America. Trevor McFur's side-scrolling space shooter gameplay also let players choose their starting planet, which was uncommon at the time. It doesn't appeal to me like as an aesthetic. It just doesn't appeal to me as an aesthetic. You know? Like if I'm talking about things that aesthetically appeal to me, it'd be like, you know, realistically drawn characters or like a mascot, like a, you know, like all those mascot games. Spectacularly covered to advanced slides. Skeletal vultures. What am I looking at? Is this just all the... Oh, this is the enemies you fight here? All right, we'll take this one with the look. Corporal McFur, this is General Patent. We just lost an armada an hour ago. Recon reports show something called odd. Something called odd it. Something called audit has entered your sector. Heads up, McFur. You love the lion-headed man? I don't really. I think it's pretty silly. All right. Oops. Okay. So there is rapid fire, but it's... Oh, my God. I want that. Do I want that? I guess. It seems like the kind of game that would have power downs. It's game over. All right. So this was made by people that don't play shooters. I can already tell you that right now. Because this is just some random stuff. And the power-ups just float off screen. The bullets are really fast. There's no patterns. Everything's just a random mess of stuff. And your hitbox seems really big. I do have this rocket, this bomb. I think this game sucks. And if I had just spent... Hold on a sec. If I had just spent $249.99 in 1995, 1993, $249.99 in 1993 has got to be $500 or something, isn't it? If I had spent that and these were my options. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. Because, you know, I was pretty into the Sega CD when I got it. And the only game I got with it was Sewer Shark. And I played it a lot. And I was, like, into it. But the game's not very good. So maybe, like, you know, you would have just got the new machine and you just would have been excited to see something so different. Well, I don't know if this is very different. This maybe. You might have, like, gone into Cybermorph just because it's 3D and all that kind of stuff. And there's speech and all that stuff, maybe. But I don't know about this one, man. I don't know about this. Like, by now, I would have played so many better shooters. Here's the Trevor McFur overlay. Magnet, tracer, beam. Oh, this makes it even worse. The fact that you got to go down to your you got to go down to your number pad to do all your things, your flash. No, forget it. Garbage. Trash. All right. Evolution Dino Dudes. Known on other platforms as The Humans, Evolution Dino Dudes is a platform puzzle game in which you have led a tribe of real humans through a series of puzzling levels. I've actually played Humans a little bit. I don't know. I imagine this is going to be similar to those versions. Whoops. An excellent example of the platform puzzle hybrid genre. Evolution Dino Dudes asks players to guide early humans to use basic tools and work together, sometimes even building human ladders to achieve different goals on different levels. Evolution Dino Dudes. All right. Level easy. Enter code. This is defaults to easy. We'll play. We'll play on easy. Level 1. You will need 4 Dino Dudes to play this level. Your tribe now has 12 members. The code for this level is nothing. Round 1. Your score is 0. Okay. Discover the spear. Time's running out. What do you... Can I jump? Oh, I can do different things, though. All right. Oh, there's the spear. All right. So there must be a way to switch to the other Dino Dudes. There it is. All right, so I can switch to this Dino Dude. And I can, how do you, there, now I switch to another Dino Dude. And I make him go, how many Dino Dudes are there? There's no jumping. Oh. Well, what's the point of putting their hands up? Can I not walk on them? No. This seems like something you need to know stuff for. What's the other one here? What's this do? I think it's just walk. That's all I seem to be able to do. How do you... Oh, you can climb. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know that. They're not close enough? Come on, man. I got the spear. Well done. Finish level 1. I figured it out, though. Great success. Level 2. You will need 4 dino dudes to play this level. Your tribe now has 12 members. Use the spears to come on down. Use the spears to come on down. What does that mean? Little tell me what that means. Oh, now I have lots of things. Oh. So I can put the spear in the ground? What does that do? I can oh, you can throw the spear. Oh. Can hop. Oh my god. It's like that scene from Tremors. I'm not going to have enough spears, though. Oh, man. All right. Can I... Oh, that's death. All right. Oh, so I know. I gotta throw the other spears back. Right? Or... You gotta... You gotta throw the other spear. And then one of these guys can get it. And then you gotta throw this one. Then this guy's gotta get it. There. Now you can go here. Oh. You can go down here. Then this guy. It's like this. Then you do like this. And then you do this. And then you become this guy. And then you do that. This is too easy. This game's too easy for me. You know, this is like one of those big brain games. But I've already figured it out. I don't know if I want to keep doing this, though. Like, do I really want to just keep passing the spears to these guys all the way to the bottom? I got to go all the way down. I get... Like... Okay. I get it. I could probably get into humans or whatever this version is called, but like that's pretty tedious. I don't know. There's probably actually. Well, maybe there wasn't actually. Actually, let's go back in for a second. What did the buttons do? Oh yeah, see you could select your dino dude. But that's not really that much better. Yeah. All right, it's fine. I get it. You know, we're not here to master games. We're just here to get an idea of what's going on. Malibu Bikini Volleyball, originally announced as Malibu Beach Volleyball. This sports game for Lynx was eventually retitled to put the focus on the handful of pixels worth of attire sported by its competitors. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Welcome to Malibu. Welcome. How come I can't speak? Welcome to Malibu, volleyball capital of the world. This is where the best come to play and show off their tans. If you want it, sign up. But keep your eyes on the ball. There'll be plenty of time for bikini watching after the match. Was that a winners don't use drugs thing? Is that William S. Sessions? Yeah, it is. Look at that. William S. Sessions. I know that guy's name just from video games. All right. Let's play this thing then. An early project on the Atari-focused handmade software development studio. Malibu Bikini Volleyball's beach sports action will also allow players to switch the musical soundtrack mid-game. Unusual for the time. That's a real picture of someone just digitized. Pause. Weird you can just pause it. You can't change this. 10 minutes. We gotta go 5. Cool. Oh, look at that. Scaling. Look how good that looks. I think I screwed up. Ooh, all right. Come on, you gotta be kidding me. Game's hard. All right. Oh, I slid. River City Ransom? Oh, yeah, of course. You have to be, like, right in that square. It's not even... I got it. Okay. It's hard to be like, right in the square. Had a volleyball game? You mean like a separate one? Well, I mean, those are all related. It's like super volleyball and stuff. But also, I have a. There was one on Xbox Live Indie Games, and I have it on my 360. Oh, you gotta be kidding me with this. Which I bet no one has played, by the way. Oh, you own that one. What else is it on? Is it on the indie games or is it on Steam too? Am I to understand that I don't have a point yet? The timing is so hard on that. How? What? Get out of here. You just have to be so perfect in that little red box. I'm going to get a point here. I wonder if we can smash it at the net. Oh, we got a point. Oh, that was very 90s. Not. Okay, well. How come their crotches look like black holes? It's really strange. Anyway, we're going to not play. It's not bad actually, but it is very finicky with where you have to line up yourself with the little red box. Chewing up the competition. Following the test market in 1993, the Jaguar was made available across the United States in early 1994. So they must have got a test market. Were they looking for like, hey, are these games good? Which ran available across the United States in early 1994. The magazine ad, which ran in the February 1994 issue of Gaming Magazines, took direct aim at the 16-bit consoles that dominated the industry at the time. Yeah, look at this. Checkered flag. Oh, Raiden. Tiny Toons. I bet you that's no good. They do have a version of Raiden, though. And Checkered Flag looks like it might be. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh. And then looking down here, there's Mario and Sonic. What? Can you do that? All rights reserved. Yoshi's Cookie is a trademark of Nintendo of America Incorporated. Like, Nintendo wouldn't let this happen. There's no way Nintendo would be like, oh yeah, you can put our Yoshi Cookie on your ad. Like, I don't know, man. hope not to get sued, but I guess. I don't know. There must be some legal thing or something. I don't know. Assume they didn't do it and just hoped. 1994, Lynx kicks their butts. Although Atari had pulled back its support of the Lynx, it continued to create new games and advertise the system, as seen in this ad that ran in the February 1994 issues of gaming magazines. But, oh, I get it. You get it? Dracula. Jimmy Connor's tennis. Lemmings, checkered flag. Look at checkered flag. I want to play checkered flag, actually. Lynx has over 4,000 colors, but Game Boy has 2. That's a bit disingenuous. Showing wings? This one here? Warbirds. Yeah. As seen in GamePro. Warbirds got a 5. Everything. Fun factor, challenge, gameplay, graphics. Graphics, gameplay, fun factor, and challenge. I don't know what do you think challenge is? Do you think it's just like, is it the right level of challenge, or do you think is it like hard? Like, what do you think they mean by challenge, or do you think it's just whatever they want whenever day they're rating something? Check out that Dracula game, too. You've been warned. A 4-page advertisement in 4 pages. No wonder. See, they just had money to. A 4-page advertisement in the March 1994 issues of gaming magazines gave players a closer look into the upcoming game release schedule for the Jaguar. Yeah. It's probably just, it doesn't mean much. 16.7 million brain-burning colors. How do you think they come to that number? That's got to be fudged, right? Like the... Well, for one thing, you couldn't show them all. You can only show... It does... Like, you only have so many colors at once. I'm assuming. But, like, I don't know how you get to 16.7 million. Yeah, it's got to be some sort of, like, you know, the color. What's the color thing where you change the numbers and the numbers change, and then you just probably multiply all those numbers by all those numbers, and then it gives you something. But, yeah. But then, that's not to say, like, the Super Nintendo wouldn't have had tons of colors in that same way. It just matters how many you can display at once, really. More. To me. But anyway, they're just, obviously just trying to sell it. Tempest 2000, one of the most critically acclaimed and best-selling games for the Jaguar. Tempest 2000 was an update of the classic arcade machine, given new life by legendary designer Jeff Minter. Psychedelic graphics and sounds of the old-school gameplay were a thrilling combination, giving the Jaguar an unlikely killer app. Yeah. I have heard that this is very good. Maybe even the best Tempest. So we're going to play this. But first I'm going to go turn the heat up because it's cold. Let's see. 3 each color, red, green, blue. That makes a pixel. Has a range of 0 to 255. So each color is 256. Possible settings. Oh, there you go. All right. That's not like something that anyone should care about, though. I mean, that's just finding a number and putting it on your page. That's not, you know. I think you know what I'm trying to say. All right. We already zoomed. Did we zoom? Yeah. Let's play. Jeff Minter's psychedelic reworking of Dave Thurer's abstract arcade shooter added power-ups and a techno. Here's something I didn't know, is that Dave Minter didn't do the first Tempest. I thought he made the first Tempest and just kept making it, but no. He just loved Tempest and now he just makes other Tempest games. Helped define the Atari's Jaguar console in a crowded mid-90s market. Tempest 2000 became one of the platform's most successful titles, selling more than 30,000 copies. 30,000. That's not a lot for your most successful title. It's not a lot. I'm sitting on this charging cord and it's bugging me. Well, it wasn't a launch title. There's only 2 launch titles. This one and this one. Llamasoft. Traditional. Oh, let's play Tempest 2000. Man, this is really. Man, look how good this looks, though. Whoa. Collect power-ups. Is that a power-up? Particle laser. Shot you. Never liked the way Tempest looked. So yeah, I've played Tempest on an arcade machine, and it definitely plays better with the spinning pad. Now this one wouldn't have been made for a spinning pad, and actually it kind of locks you in the different quadrants, which works a little better for a controller. But I think Tempest is cool. Or Space Giraffe. If you want to play Space Giraffe. Oh, 1-up. 1-up. Collect power-ups. Shoot outside of the screen. Tempest is pretty good. I don't know. Your mileage will vary on these ones just with all this stuff going on. I mean, you know, the original Tempest is pretty fairly easy to, you know, kind of figure out what's going on, but it definitely, like, the original arcade games feel better with the spinners. Like, it just is. Like, you can be so accurate with it. You know, you could stop on a dime and you could get somewhere faster or slower. It really works well. But this feels okay with a controller here, but it was made for a controller, right? Oh no? Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that also depends on your preference, I suppose. If you're not big into score attack games or trying to get a high score. Caught you. Oh man. But at the same time, if you compare sort of what's available on the Jaguar to this, I think this is a huge, like, this is a good game. You know, you might not like you know, you might not like this kind of thing, but Tempest, but for fans of it, I think they would be into it. It definitely feels like something that could not be done on a, you know, on its contemporary competitors, you know, the SNES or the Genesis or whatever. So you would have felt vindicated when all your friends came over. And you're like, hey man, check out my Jaguar. I got games for it too. I got Tempest. Yeah. Yeah, the original has different shaped levels. I don't know, was the original Tempest in this collection? It must have been. What are you supposed to do when they get the... what do you think you're supposed to do when they get on the outer edge? I've never been like a good... like, mind you, I've never been a good Tempest player. It's like I'm not a Tempest expert or anything. I'd say it's a pretty good run of Tempest 2000. My first try ever, I made it to 10th. That's pretty good. All right. An intergalactic shooting gallery in hell. An advertisement for Tempest 2000 that ran in the May 1994 issue of Gaming Magazines. Demon Heads. Pulsars. Tempest 2000. Tempest 2000 is an intergalactic shooting gallery in hell. 100 enemy-packed galaxies. Outrageous melto-vision graphics. Do the math. Do the math. It's so funny that that's their slogan when, like, the math is a bit skewed. Like, it's a bit... Oh, it is Club Drive. Oh, my God. All right. One of the first games announced for the Jaguar, Club Drive did not ship until November 1994. It was an ambitious attempt at a fully 3D, free-roaming driving game. While it debuted to critical reviews, it remains an interesting historical... While it debuted to critical reviews... You mean, does that mean bad reviews? Because all reviews are critical. It remains an interesting historical artifact of the early days of polygonal gaming. Yeah, this one... Yeah, I don't know about this. Whoops. All right. Well, we'll see how good it... We'll see. Let's try not to prejudge. A semi-open world driving game, Club Drive lets players cruise down Highway 64 and embark on a 3D racing adventure right out of the 21st century. One of the first titles announced for the Jaguar, Club Drive was developed by Atari's internal team, so it's no surprise that you can drive up to Atari's offices in the game's virtual San Francisco area. Oh boy. All right. Okay. All right. How do you start the game? Player one player collect World Jerome's car 2 option start game. Collect the Powerballs. All right. Am I tiny? I guess I'm tiny. Everything's fine. Oh, B to back up. Okay. Can I smash through this? Yes. Dudes playing Pong on their TV. But I don't have to play Pong because I have a very sophisticated... I have a brand new Jaguar. I just went and paid $80 for this or whatever it was. And now I'm brought it home. I'm going to have all my friends over to play Club Drive. And probably within an hour, they'll like want to play Mario World. They'll be like, "Do you still got Mario World?" I'll be like, "Yeah." But I got a Jaguar, guys. I got a brand new Jaguar. Don't you want to play Club Drive? What is happening here? Why am I resetting? I thought I was going through the thingies, but I'm just resetting in the same room. It's over here. Come over and play Club Drive, I'd say. I don't see any more... Oh, hold on. It looks like there's a glowy thing at the top there. What's that glowy thing? All right. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it now. Is that back up top again? Probably. Can I you can't fishtail. Or at least I don't know how to. Just give me these easy ones. Game over. Okay. 30 minutes, huh? Now we get a replay. So there's no racing. Am I to understand there's no racing? Am I to understand that there's no racing? One player collect. Racing. Oh, racing one player. Laps 2. Race between 2 checkpoints for the selected number of laps. Let's do this. Do I have to know where to go, though? That's the question. Oh, you just can go anywhere you want? Oh, this is bad. Isn't it bad? I think this might be bad. I don't know my way around the house. Mouse. Why is it called Club Drive? Like, what does that have to do with... what does that have to do with... driving little cars? I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't know where the other... Where was the other... This was the way I went before. But I have to find the other... I have to go back. Alright, this is bad. I think that's just a wall. Yeah. This door is open, right? Yeah. Is he stuck? He's not moving. Unless there's nobody there. I thought, isn't he right here? Like, I don't know. Let's find out. So here, we want to go right. All the way over here. Right? It's gotta be... There it is. Whoa, what? I guess I win? It's just a time trial, I guess. There's no another car. There's no other car. All right. All right. I think that's good enough for Club Drive. Price drop. In early 1995, Atari officially dropped the sticker price of the Jaguar from $249.99 to $159.99, removing the packed-in Cybermorph cartridge to save costs. Probably a better deal, because at $159 you can still buy Cybermorph for less than $90 or whatever the difference is there. What are they advertising here? Troy Aikman football? Syndicate. Syndicate's good. Syndicate would have been cool to have a Jaguar for. Tempest 2000. I'll go ahead and say that's cool. Iron Soldier, the best game of its kind. Simulation game of the year. Simulation game of the year. They got a version of Rayman. Ultra Vortex. Graphics in this game are mind-bending. The detail is unbelievable. Die-hard game fan. Fight for Life. Oh, man. Fight for Life. Is Fight for Life on this? Super smooth graphics, texture-mapped polygons gives Virtua Fighter a 1-2 punch. That is so silly. Burnout redefines the term high octane, the fastest motorcycle racing game bar none. Cannon Fodder? Cannon Fodder's a decent game. Hover Strike? I don't know Hover Strike, but it looks good. Val d'Isere skiing and snowboarding. Zool 2, Zool. Doom blows Sega's 32X version away. The best version of Doom for any home. Okay, I don't know anything about the Jaguar version of Doom. They also have Wolfenstein. And, of course, Alien vs. Predator, which everyone loves. Jaguar CD. Atari had always planned to release a CD-ROM upgrade for the Jaguar, although it suffered many delays. It was eventually released in September 1995 at $149.99, which by that time was also the price of the Atari Jaguar base console. I do like the way it looks and the way it kind of like snaps into the top like that. The 790 meg tune-up. An ad from February 1995 boasted of what the Jaguar CD player would add to your system. Unfortunately, would-be buyers would never find the system had been significantly delayed. Buyers would find that the system had been significantly delayed, even though the ad implied it was already available. That says 149. How much was that? Oh, 149. Well, the price of the Jaguar was 159. Sequel to the much anticipated sequel to Cybermorph. Brett Hull Hockey. Dragon's Lair. Of course. Highlander. Robinson's Requiem. Prison on an Alien. I've heard of that. That name before. Blue Lightning, you're an F-18. Creature Shock, of course. Creature Shock. That's a game that's on other things too. It seemed like the CD media consoles just all got the same games. Get a Jaguar CD now. This advertisement ran when the Jaguar was actually available in September, showing off the 4 discs that came with the system, the games Blue Lightning and VidGrid, a demo of Myst, and the soundtrack to Tempest 2000. Soundtrack to Tempest 2000. Primal Rage, look at that. Max Force. Myst, Creature Shock, Battle Morph. All right. Super Asteroids and Missile Command, the final game that Atari released for the Lynx. Super Asteroids and Missile Command featured upgraded versions of 2 of Atari's most memorable arcade games in the early 1980s. All right, let's take a look at it. The final game released by Atari for the Lynx was very much a return to arcade Atari's beginnings. 2 ports of coin-op classics, enhanced for the 16-bit handheld. The rich graphics and new power-ups gave this version of Missile Command its own flavor. Cool. All right. I didn't mean to start. All right, well, that's fine. Man, get him. The explosions don't stay. They stay out, like, not as long as the other versions of the game. Like, they almost immediately shrink to nothing, whereas in the other versions, they stick around a bit. I think Missile Command's a good game. So where do you buy your upgrades? How do you... Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, look at this. Cost 250, and I have 637. Fast. Megaton. Oh, cluster. Do I want cluster? I want cluster. I'm taking cluster. I'll take star. I'll take rain. Wait, am I? Oh, cluster. Wait. Cluster. All right, I bought it. Bought extra ammo, too. Look at my cluster bombs now. Certainly, though, they don't last forever. These things. Besides dead, I mean. I want to get that satellite. I'm pretty good at missile command, I think. I might be too good at missile command. Are those all my missiles at the bottom? That's a lot of missiles. I got a bonus pyramid, too. Oh, yeah, baby. So now, do I have to buy it again? Or... I'm buying it again. But I have 679 remaining. So I'm going to get rain. Whatever that is. And I'm going to buy a shield. And I'm going to exit. Now, what? Is there a rain button? Oh, yeah, I could put a shield there. Oh, God. All right, so they're just like one-time use power-ups. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm out of, I wish I'd saved my power-ups. Oh. All right. So should I... Let's buy the extra... Oh, I didn't want fast. Cluster. Extra ammo. Rain, star, shield, remote. I can just buy a bunch of rains. Look how much... All right, hold on a sec here. How many rains do I have now? What's this guy doing? Get out of here. We should try something else then, I guess. Let's try Seeker. Laser launched. I don't know what that means. Extra ammo. And then just a whole bunch of rains? These are pretty good. These are more like the original. All right. I mean, I don't know if we have to keep playing that. Let's reset the game because... Oh, you got to do it here. All right. Let's play Super Asteroids. I got a shield this time. How do you boot? Oh, there you go. There's the boost. I don't know if I like the way it, like, fades out. That's not as cool as Asteroids just always going. All right. That game's not as good. I think the Missile Command is pretty good. The Asteroids is kind of is my opinion. Look at this work in progress. Artist Terry Hoff originally created this color study while developing the Atari 5200 box art for Asteroids. Looks good. Spot the Elephant. By October 1995, Atari had once again reduced the price of Jaguar to $149.99, as it was now dealing with a new group of competitors, the 32-bit CD-based Sega Saturn and PlayStation, a new series of advertisements once again attempting to make the case for buying a Jaguar. You spot the elephant in the picture. So you're probably smart enough to figure out that paying $149 for a 64-bit Jaguar makes more sense than paying $300 for a 32-bit system. Oh, man, their math. That was their entire thing, was just math, numbers. Give them big numbers. Pro Controller. The Jaguar's original controller may have had 17 buttons, but many of them were in hard-to-reach places. Enter the Pro Controller, released in limited quantities towards the end of 1995. It added 3 more face buttons and 2 shoulder buttons. Oh my god. Look how many buttons. I wonder how limited that really was. I bet you there weren't many. Ruiner Pinball. This video pinball game was one of the final Jaguar titles, as well as the first to use the extra buttons offered by the new Pro Controller. All right, so just in time for the last Jaguar title, or just one of the final, you get to use the buttons on your Pro Controller. That's pretty good. I got to take a restroom break here, and then put on the relaxing music, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to play Ruiner, and it better be good. All right, zoom in on Runer. What's it look like? 1 to 4 players. All right, this is all going to come down to. This is all going to come down to how the ball handles. Runer Pinball offers 2 digital pinball tables: the Nuclear War-themed Runer and the Dark Fantasy of Tower, both of which were created specifically for the Jaguar. This was the first title to support the Jaguar's Pro Controller. The additional shoulder buttons could be used to nudge the table. Why wouldn't the additional shoulder buttons be the flippers? Or is it additional shoulder? But like there's 4. All right. I want to start with Tower. I'm more interested in the medieval fantasy one. Get ready. Welcome to hell. Whoa. All right. That. Oh, this. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can play this. It actually kind of hurts my eyes. Okay, yep. No. Let's reset the game. Let's just take a look at the... I honestly, it's making my eyes go buggy. Trying to follow the ball with the screen moving like that. But let's just see what the other table looks like.
Mark at 5, 4, 3, 2. Current status, DEFCON 5.
Oh, that's cool. This one has like more going on, it looks like. Yeah, but I can't watch. I literally can't watch that screen like that. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's probably an alright game, maybe, but it bugs my eyes out now. I'm not, you know. All right, let's check out this. Let's go to the mall. Atari had one more trick up its sleeve in 1995 holiday season. It partnered with a retailer called Run PC to open a Jaguar kiosk in the Twin Peaks Mall in Longmont, Colorado that November. This let consumers get hands-on with the system and learn about it from educated salespeople. Whoa. Missile Command 3D, another update of Atari's classic. Missile Command 3D was created by Virtuality, an early VR company that produced headset-based games for arcades. Atari and Virtuality had partnered to create a VR headset for Jaguar, which Missile Command 3D actually supported through its virtual gameplay mode. What? Wow. Like, this is at the end of its life, too, when no one's buying them. And they're releasing a virtual headset for it. The Jaguar version of Missile Command offers 3 modes. Original, which replicates the arcade game. A 3D mode, with polygonal cities and missiles. And Virtual, where the player cycles their viewpoint between different bases. This was only published Jaguar game that supported the Jaguar VR headset, which was never released. Oh, never released. Oh, wow. So this is interesting because, like, does it have a simulated VR mode? All right, let's check out original first just for a minute and see what it looks like. Ooh, this feels weird. I don't think... This isn't the original, though. This is just like a version, like a 2D version, but I don't think this is exactly the original game. I guess it does have all 3 missile bases, though. See how long the explosions last in that? Compared to the Lynx one? I don't remember these planes or anything. I could be wrong, but I don't think this is exactly Arcade Missile Command. Alright, anyway, that's interesting. Let's reset the game. What else do we got here? .3D. Missile Command 3D. Oh boy. Where's the, oh. Okay. I don't like this at all. The fact that you can't see everything is a real problem. I guess you have your radar here. But I think this is not good. All right. I'm not feeling that at all. Let's see if the VR one, maybe it's no different without the glasses. Oh, so you're like head on. Oh, this. That one was coming right for me. Oh my god. All right. I mean, this is okay, but I like this better than the other one, the 3D missile command one. I guess it plays just fine without the headset or the headgear or whatever you had to wear. Oh, upgraded laser. How come that didn't hit it? I'm out of lasers. The explosions are sort of covering everything too. That's a little bit unfortunate. What? From where? From where? Oh my god. You have to actually hit the missiles. I think. Big ship. I wanted to kill it. Oh, there it is. Got it. What? I'm going to kill this thing, by the way. With my last laser, I got it. All right. Well, that's good enough. I'm not thrilled with that either. I don't think the Jaguar has thrilled me so far. Jaguar VR. Atari and Virtuality announced the Jaguar VR headset in early 1995. It was never released, although working prototypes are in the hands of collectors today. Oh, man. Imagine playing on one of these. Atari Karts. Every game console in the 1990s needed a mascot go-kart racer, and Jaguar got its. I understand what they're trying to say, but that's a really weird way of saying it. And Jaguar got its with Atari carts. Starred none other than Bentley Bear, the protagonist of the arcade game Crystal Castles. Bentley Bear. All right. I mean, I can get behind a kart racer, for sure. Sure, let's play. Mascot-based go-kart racing games proved particularly popular in the mid-1990s. Atari's foray into the game in the genre featured Bentley Bear, star of the 1983 arcade game Crystal Castles, as one of its playable characters. I get you. Let's play it. I guess beginner? I want to be... Oh, we should be Bentley Bear. Did they not have anybody else to, like, draw from, though? Did they make everyone else up? Let's play the Tempest Cup. Oh, what? It's not Tempest themed, by the way. I thought maybe it would be Tempest themed. Can you just cut through all the water here? That's kind of silly, like how you don't have to be on the track really. There you do though. What in the... It does slow you down quite a bit, I guess. Cutting through the grass or whatever. But can I just... Oh, no, that's a wall. Man. Is there like a... Is there a slide? Power slide? Like, there's nothing... I think there might be a power slide, though. Well, there's a break, but... There's nothing else to do, though. Like, the power-ups are pretty boring. There's no combat. There's no... Unless I'm missing something. Is there a... Oh, there's a button to turn the music on and off. I mean, I suppose if the Jaguar is all you had, you'd be like, oh, I like kart racing. But it's pretty... Like, it doesn't feel good. All right. Atari carts, okay. I mean, if you had a Jaguar, you'd probably want that, maybe. Oh, Fight for Life. The final game developed and published by Atari for the Jaguar. The polygonal martial arts game Fight for Life was directed by Francois-Yves Bertrand, who had worked on Sega's seminal 3D fighting game Virtua Fighter. Okay, but this is no Virtua Fighter. Oh boy. All right. Well, we'll play it. The last fighting game released for the Jaguar was also the final Jaguar game to be both developed and published by Atari. Francois-Yves Bertrand had worked on Sega's iconic Virtua Fighter, was the sole designer and programmer of this polygonal fighter. Oh, he's to blame. All right. All right, we better take beginner mode. Rolling camera, static camera. I would like static. Sounds good to me. Begin game. Let's be Ian. Oh boy. It's because, like, I worked on Virtua Fighter. I can definitely do it again. Where's all my cool suplexes? No cool suplexes? Oh, I can crouch. Can I? Okay, yeah. Doesn't seem to be any rushing, no running. Oh, you can go inside this. Oh, okay. Where's my drop kick? Don't I have a drop kick? Don't I have a suplex? Don't I have anything? I don't think so, man. Hold on. Instructions manual. Let's see if they have moves. Who did I pick? Ian, soldier. Son of a streetwalker and a drifter. Ian was educated on the street and in the various penitentiaries he visited. All right. Special. It doesn't tell you how to do them. Bear hug. It doesn't even tell you how to do them. It just says the names. Get real. Get real, Jaguar. Imagine your friends had Virtua Fighter, and then you're like, you bring them over, and you're like, oh, buddy, yeah, but I got Fight for Life. And the guy that made Virtua Fighter made Fight for Life, so it has to be good. Oh, and he turned... All right. Fair enough. There's another round. You have these huge life bars, and there's another round. That's like the exact opposite of Virtua Fighter. Or like 3 or 4 good hits can finish you. Can we just do this all the way to the edge of this? Is there an edge of the screen? Can we get a... They're too smart, though. Oh, that's it. He just dies. They don't fall off the edge. Select your moves. Typhoon kick, flip kick, push, jump kick, typhoon kick. Let's go for the typhoon kick, I guess. My new password is GF. How do you do my flip kick? Is it just the bumpers? You just like assign 2 moves to the bumpers? Oh, oh, oh. What? How come I can't hit her? What? Explain. 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 I don't understand. What do you suppose is the move you can just keep tapping to win? Is it this? Nope. Is it this? What's her defense against this? I think it might be this. How come he doesn't turn around, though? I'm gonna put her into the cage. Like it loses it loses the perspective when the match is over. My health bar is gone. Oh, does it only show up when you get hit? That's interesting. This is pretty good. I don't know if I'd call this a Virtua Fighter killer. But, you know, some people might like it. You think anybody's having... I don't even remember. What's the name of this game? Fight for Life. Fight for Life tournaments? Do they outlaw left bumper? It's like you can't, if you're going to play in the tournament, you can't use the left bumper. All right, let's try earbox, shove, leg sweep. Yeah, these are, I guess I wasn't. All right, let's try sidekick and leg sweep. I don't know how to do those moves. Sidekick and leg sweep. So it looks like the. Well, I don't know. Sidekick and leg sweep. How do you think you do those? Is it all 4 buttons? These 2 buttons? These 2, these 2, these 2? Those 2? These 2? Is it one of these? No. All right, we just got to go back to left trigger again, I guess. Or we could stop playing. You know what? We could just stop playing. Hold on a sec here. Controls. Step away, step forward. Basic attack. Basic left punch. Small uppercut. High kick. Left side kick. Sidestep. Sidestep right. Rotate camera. Instruction manual. Two-player mode. Biographies. Basic controls. Oh, it does say what they are. How do you think you pull these? You think you got to roll the controller, or do you just hit those directions? All right, no, it's a fireball to do the sweep kick. Trying to do the bear hug. Chop kick, elbow hook, hammer punch, heel bash, back down, back B. Oh, what? Gotcha. Got you again. Got you again. All right. Moves are pretty consistent, actually. Pretty easy, actually. Oh, the knees. Oh, well. Looks like we got to go to the side kick. I'm just trying to bear hug. How do you bear hug? Back down, forward A. All right, this guy's not making it easy on me. He's making it hard for me to do this. All right, enough. Enough. Fight for Life stinks. Sorry. I don't mean to be so judgmental. Jaguar's math problem. Former Atari developers Bill Rehebach and Bill Rehebach and Ferran Thomason discuss why the numbers never really added up for the Atari 64-bit console.
I remember sitting in the room with Jack, and Jack saying to all of us, "Let's go back to our roots. Let's do at least one more game system."
The controller is quirky. The industrial design of both the CD and the main unit are quirky. And the fact that, like, I guess somebody used the tooling on the main unit to make some kind of dental device. Like, it just has like this weird, quirky history that I think is also inviting.
One of the most interesting things about the architecture of Jaguar was this notion of having the Motorola 68000, which basically was responsible for booting and housekeeping, and then the Tom and Jerry chips.
I mean, I think at the time, 68000 was still a strong processor, but obviously it was in the Genesis and other things, so you weren't really getting that true 64-bit experience. But I think there's games out there that took advantage.
There's so many features in Jaguar that for a developer like Jeff Minter that did Tempest 2000 for Jaguar was like, wow, give me this.
I would say, other than Cybermorph, it did not necessarily feel like that quantum leap that we were promised. It wasn't the flying cars, as they say, that we would have in the future, but you could see the potential, and that's what was really cool. Like you could see the parts of Cybermorph. You're like, oh, fully 3D world compared to something like maybe a Star Fox, which was on rails.
My perspective is the rule of thirds, where if you want to wind up with one really, really great game, you need to lay down 9 bets, because out of those 9, 1/3 probably will ship. And out of those 3 games, one is going to be a hit, the other will be and the other probably might be a dinger. There just wasn't enough momentum behind the Jaguar at that time to be able to do that, when Sega and Nintendo were basically already on their 3.5 generation of consoles, at those times.
I mean, if Aliens vs. Predator came out as a launch title, maybe the history of the Atari Jaguar might have been slightly different. I think there are a lot more Jaguar fans today than there were when the system actually came out, and it's cool to see people enjoying the system some 20-odd years later. I believe everybody appreciated the innovative aspect, but on the other hand, the software was late, some of it was a little janky, but I think just saying, time heals all wounds, to go onto the Jaguar forums now and look at the love for the system, honestly, like, somebody that worked on it, I can't say that I completely understand it, but I totally appreciate it. I'm like, where were you guys like 20 or 30 years ago? Like, you would have made my life like a heck of a lot better.
All right. Well, I mean, he says that, but obviously people making games now have a lot of time in the system. But it would have been interesting to see what like a regular or longer life cycle, what you could eventually got out of the Jaguar. I'm sure they could have done some incredible things. It's just like all hardware just takes a long time before people get a good feel for it, so they can do that kind of thing. Jaguar's End. At the beginning of 1996, Atari had only sold a total of 125,000 Jaguar systems and still had 100,000 unsold systems in inventory. At this point, it began planning to leave the console business. Atari merged with a hard disk manufacturer called JTS later that year and sold its inventory to a liquidator, bringing an end to Atari's gaming business. I don't know if they probably won't cover it here, but I've seen before that the Jaguar shells, they turn them into like medical equipment or something. It just has this weird, quirky history that I think is so inviting. But in general, I'm pretty surprised at the enthusiasm of current Atari Jaguar fans. Yeah. Atari's new millennium. In 1998, the toy company Hasbro acquired the Atari assets, which it then sold to the game publisher Infogrames in 2000. In 2003, Infogrames renamed itself to Atari Inc. and is now known as Atari SA. In 2021, Atari released the new Atari VCS, a mini PC inspired by its classic consoles. Look at that thing. Huh. Atari Recharged. In 2020, Atari launched Atari Recharged, a series of modernized, reimagined versions of Atari classics such as Missile Command, Centipede, Asteroids, and Gravitar for PCs and consoles. I have seen these games in the store. 2600 Homebrew. Once an esoteric and exclusive skill, programming Atari 2600 games became a hobby for programmers who had grown up with the machine. Driven by both challenge and nostalgia, this grassroots community has kept the 2600 supplied with new software for decades, showing no signs of stopping. They might cover it, but there was someone made a Halo for the 2600. Let's watch the video.
I feel the best Atari games ever made have been made in the last 5 years. Like I think the homebrew scene is incredible. People have figured out, and it's unfair to compare because the original people had like 5 weeks to make, ET or whatever. And now people can take, it's like a hobby. You can take as long as you want, and you have access to like special chips and stuff. But still, they're still working, eventually making carts that you plug into your original Atari 2600 and they run and they're super fun.
We saw it evolving, and there was a lot of nostalgia involved for that to happen. We loved this particular game system, and it's a great intellectual challenge.
In 2009, I was given a talk in Philadelphia just talking about the game business and my experience there. And after the talk, somebody came up to me and they said, "Hey, I just saw this cool book just came out called Racing the Beam. And it's about programming the 2600. And since you mentioned that you worked on the 800, I thought you might be interested in this book." And I'm like, it does sound really interesting.
Back in the old days when I had my Atari 800, I did learn 6502 assembly language, and so I've been messing around and making some of my own Atari games. I'm not ready to make Psychonauts on the Atari yet, but someday I'm going to make Psychonauts on the Atari 2600. Not announcing that yet, but don't tell anyone. But
What is the point of going back to work on one of these old machines anyway? I mean, to me, the point is I want to know what it was like to be, Todd Fryer, and who was, told he has 3 months to write Pac-Man on this terrible machine. And am I a man enough, programmer to be able to do that?
Pac-Man was actually technically quite solid.
it's fun to program for the 2600 because it's unique. It's 128 bytes, not K, but like bytes of memory. It's so limited that it helps you edit, and so you can't do everything. You can't imagine an experience and then implement it on the Atari. You have to go the other way around. Like, how many blocks can I move on the screen? Like, how can I turn that into a fun game?
It was very, very hard to squeeze a 128 level game with a title screen and a boss encounter and all that into 4K of ROM, because that's one of the limitations on the 2600 if you're going to live within the original constraints. And so I learned a ton about the 2600 along the way. I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of hard work, and I'm proud of the way it turned out.
I think of the homebrew as the hobbyist who wants to see if he can do it, and he makes a game and he makes a few for friends. that has evolved into some actual publishers making Atari 2600 games that are out there.
But there was a guy came on there the other day, and he's like, I just want to say this is the most supportive technical community I have ever been part of. It is an amazing community and very welcoming to new people. So I would encourage people to do that.
Let's see if we got, I mean, can we play it? Oh, the stacks. In 2012, Digital Eclipse's Micah and Kevin Wilson worked with Ready Player One author Ernest Cline to produce Stacks, an original Atari 2600 game, an original Atari 2600 game based on the one created by the novel's protagonist. Huh. Can we not play it, though? All right. Atari's legacy, inspiring Ready Player One. I saw the movie, by the way, and I didn't really like it. Ernest Cline and Micah discuss how the legacy of Atari inspired Ready Player One and how the novel itself became an Atari 2600 game.
There was no console war in the beginning. There was, in the beginning there was only Atari, and the children looked upon it and saw that it was good and bought Atari and then asked for Atari games for every Christmas and birthday. The Easter eggs, finding the Easter eggs in Howard's game and Warren's game, those were huge moments for me in my childhood, and my favorite early gaming experiences, especially finding that room in Adventure. That path that everybody, whoever found the Easter egg, follows those clues, and then discovers this, this secret room, this message hidden by the creator of the game, who I didn't even know who he was. And here's his name, and a whole secret room, that most kids who played this game never found. I found this secret place left by the creator, with a message for me. It was profound, and the first time that it ever happened in a video game. And so years later, when I was, I think had the initial idea for Ready Player One, was what if Willy Wonka had been a video game designer? And what if he held his golden ticket contest inside a video game? And that immediately made me think of the secret room at Adventure and how that could be, how he finds his worthy successor, instead of a tour through the factory where he slowly kills off all the children. It could be an Easter egg hunt inside this, sprawling video game, and it could be hidden the way that those Easter eggs were hidden in the Atari games. And so there's no way I ever would have written Ready Player One if I hadn't grown up with an Atari and playing those games and finding those Easter eggs.
As I was reading through it, there was just so much familiarity in there. It felt like, as I was reading it, that the person who had written it, that I grew up with them. Because some of the names that were in there, some of the locations, some of the references were things that I thought only I knew. And nobody else in the world would understand or appreciate any of it. My literal opening, my email to him, before anything blew up on Ready Player One, my literal opening was just like, we have to know each other because there's things in this book that like only I know. Like, where did we meet before? That was the beginning of our full communication, which led to the stacks.
He read Ready Player One and it spoke to him, and he sent me an email that said, hey, I make video games for a living and your book really spoke to me, and if you ever want to make a video game, let me know. And I was right in the middle of trying to figure out if I could somehow do a promotional contest for the paperback that mirrored the contest in the novel. I wanted to do some sort of contest with 3 video game challenges and a grand prize at the end of it. And because Mike made that offer, I took him up on it. I'm like, oh, well, we could make an Atari game that you have to beat as the first challenge, and it could be the game that Wade makes in the novel.
Part of what made the book feel like it was written for me is because of the context around the 2600 rite of passage in there. Because for programmers in the game industry, 2600 is this really difficult platform to develop games for. To get anything to even appear on screen, to get anything to even work correctly, you have to just break your brain and rid it of everything that you understand about how games are developed today and go back to this kind of like primitive, primordial way of coding. And so for a lot of programmers, it is a rite of passage. If you can do that, you can do anything.
Wade makes his own game, and it's the Stacks. It's based on his life in the Stacks, and he describes it as a Pitfall ripoff that has you climbing around the stacked trailers, looking for food voucher power-ups and trying to avoid like pedophiles. And it's like a one-paragraph description of this game. But I sent it to Mike, and he's like, "Oh, hell yeah!"
And so I had dabbled over the years with trying to understand 2600 programming. I'd made a couple small games, a couple hacks. So when this kind of came around, it was the perfect excuse to just finally deliver something that was all original and build something from the ground up. Once it started to work, it was completely satisfying. I felt like I had mastered what the greatest engineers in the world have mastered before me, and that I finally had an understanding of it. And to get there, of course, I had to enlist some help. And so that help came in the form of Kevin Wilson, our CTO at Digital Eclipse. I didn't mention this before, but we only had a few weeks to pull this off. So we were not only trying to learn 2600, but we're also given the time frame that basically ET had to try to get this game out the door. So we were reliving the worst of Atari's development history all over again, and I savored every second of it.
In our original contest version, all the items are hidden in the same place, which is great because we had people making maps. For like the first time since they were kids, they were making maps of the stacks to remember. So if they died, they could go back and find where the items were. But then they added randomization, and now it might be one of the best Atari games ever made. Not to brag, but the stacks is pretty deep and pretty replayable for an Atari game. That's why I think Atari is always going to hold a special place in the hearts of people like me, just because it was, it was the first, and it was, so needed. We were so bored in the late 70s. We needed video games at home so badly. The fact that other better consoles came later is because they saw the giant cultural and economic behemoth that Atari immediately became. Atari created the video game industry, the home video game industry, and everybody that's come since then is, kind of building on what Atari created.
All right, I've gained a cat in the meantime here, but that's okay because we have another video to watch. Atari at 50. Atari co-founder Nolan Bushnell reflects on the history of the company in conversation with current Atari CEO Wade Rosen.
When we started, video games were almost considered to be a bastardization of this wonderful technology. Why are you using it for fun when you could be creating missiles? I think we stood for innovation, and also we were the genesis story of the video game, which is kind of important. So I think you always have a hallowed position when you're the first.
Yeah.
When we chose the Fuji logo, I wanted to be an upward swoosh. And I think that if you look at the Atari logo, it's a collective, it's aspirational, just in the nature of the graphic. Also, Atari, I lifted it from the game of Go. Mm-hmm. So it's a game word. But I hadn't realized that it also means bullseye.
Right.
It also means jackpot. So, it's got this affirmative. In fact, I was talking to a Japanese guy one time, and he says, "Very good name, Atari. Perhaps a bit boastful for Japanese."
You're like, spot on for Americans.
Spot on for Americans.
Yeah.
One of the ethos of Atari was work hard, play hard. So we always had games, not just Atari games, but foosball and pool tables in the snack rooms and what have you. What that said was we don't care when you come to work. If you come to work, get your job done, we're okay. We're all adults here. And we don't care how you come to work. You want to wear tennis shorts and blue jeans? Do you want to wear a tuxedo? We don't care. We had one guy that liked to wear ball gowns, but that's another story. I could tell some stories, though, about how I used to mess with the people who copied me.
Oh, please. Oh, I'd love to hear that.
Okay. Atari started by building games that you could do in a garage shop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so anybody that had a garage shop could copy us. And so of the 150,000 estimated Pong-type games that were created, Atari only shipped 30,000 of them. So we got less than a fifth of our market.
Right.
You know? And so as we innovated, people would start copying us. And I thought, I'm going to get them. So I had our semiconductor suppliers. We were a kind of a big deal in the semiconductor industry because they were selling a lot to the military and that sort of thing, but they'd sell 20 or 100 chips. We were buying thousands.
Right.
And so I had them mismark the chips. So that we had...
That you guys were using.
That we were using.
So if somebody tried to reverse engineer it.
So
wow.
if they reversed engineer it and just bought off the shelf those same numbers, they'd populate the board and they wouldn't work.
Did you ever hear of anybody doing that?
Oh, yeah. We in fact,
brilliant.
we had one company that basically declared bankruptcy because they had a whole floor full of machines that they worked because they were hurrying to do it.
Oh, man.
And we had the temerity to have a champagne party on their front lawn. We celebrated their demise and invited them, of course.
Did they show up?
No.
What do you think Atari's role is, not just in video games, but in popular culture today?
Well, I think that Atari has an unassailable role as being the Genesis story. I believe that it is understood by a lot that it succeeded because of creativity. 30 of those years, it was kind of in hands that were not kind to it. Don't say anything bad. So I think that pieces of the brand were damaged. Not irrevocably, but it could have been husbanded better. And so right now, I think that it would be good to take the innovation legacy and push it forward into the future.
Well, that's a pretty interesting video, actually. It's maybe my favorite video that we watched. Game over. 50 years later, Atari fans won't let its story come to an end. Not only does their passion for the classic games continue, but they're constantly creating new games and experiences for classic Atari hardware. Here's to the next 50 years. All right. So that's the end. That's the end of that. Except... I have this, which is, there's 2 DLCs, so. But I guess we'll have to call it there. And then we'll delve into the wider world of Atari. What does it say here, though? From arcade innovation to console domination, Atari defined interactive entertainment for millions of people. Over the years, the company's legacy has been extended and preserved by programmers, players, and ardent fans who identify as both. I wonder if it's like a lot of the homebrew stuff. I'm not even going to spoil it. We're not going to go to the right and see what's there. We'll see you next time. All right, well, I appreciate it. Hanging out with me. What? Why does it say 100%? Oh. I just automatically went to 100% when I clicked on it. I'm only 97% here. It means I missed something somewhere. All right. Well, I'll come back to this next time. And we'll learn more about the wider world of Atari. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you then.